Hey everybody, it's Raven here, and I'm back with another how-to episode here. The last one was how to propose to your girlfriend, and that was a special episode for my wife for our anniversary. So I thank you for all of you that did tune in and watch that one. Please share that to your friends, especially anyone that's getting ready to get married. That can give you an idea of how to actually do that to really put yourself over the top as far as what's going on. But anyway, I'm not talking about that today. Today I'm going to talk about how you can make some money in this economy. And obviously I'm not going to be doing that off of YouTube anytime soon, since they just changed their monetization things, and now I have to figure out how I'm going to redo that. For those of you that don't know, I need about 1,000 friends and 4,000 hours worth of viewed time in the last 12 months. So if any of you are watching this right now, why don't you take a look over there and see if you can share these videos out, get me some subscribers and maybe some likes and views along the way. That's a good way to help out with that. Also, we have a brand new merch store, which take a look on over there. We have some pretty good TD Media merchandise on there, and who knows, it might look good on you. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about Postmates. Postmates was the one of the first ones that I actually worked in the San Diego area with as a courier. Now, you're probably wondering, well, is it just like Grubhub? Yes and no. See, Grubhub, their main thing is doing food. DoorDash is very similar. Postmates, yes, you can get food, but you can also order stuff from a 7-Eleven and have somebody pick you up a Slurpee. I've actually done one delivery was just going to Jack in the Box to pick up a shake. Another one was going to a CVS pharmacy and picking up Pedialyte, and I believe it was 7-Up. So you can get all sorts of different items through Postmates. Now, here's the thing about Postmates. Postmates works pretty well as far as being able to get orders to people. At least it used to. I haven't done it in a while, and that's because they changed a lot of the metrics that they're using on it. So this is one of the big drawbacks with Postmates. Postmates keeps changing how they're doing things. It used to be that they had a schedule that you could sign up for blocks and that you would be priority during that. That is no longer the case. Anyone can be on at any time, which means if there's a lot of people that are signed on and online ready to pick up orders, you might be out of luck. You might be sitting for a while and doing nothing. And in this market, there is no guaranteed hourly pay for it. So you could be sitting there doing absolutely nothing. I remember doing it, and the first couple days I tried it, I had mixed results. Now, once I finally got the prepaid card that they give out, then things got better. There is a way to do it without that, but you get a lot less orders, and that's because they don't have a way for you to pay for the food. It has to be already paid for before you even get there. And that can be kind of a problem with the Postmates system with the way it works. So if you want to get stuff, like if someone ordered something from like a grocery store or something, you wouldn't be able to get it because it needs to be paid for at the register, not as a prepaid account. Now, once you go and sign up and are online and have the prepaid card, you get better orders, but you have to be in the right area. And finding the area that you're going to set up in is probably just as hard as trying to figure out what's the best time to go online and actually work. And that's because they used to have a thing that would show where the hotspots were, and it would show on the map as a darker red color. Well, the problem is that their map, even though it says that it's very dynamic and it can constantly change, if you started to try and chase the hotspots, they would change during the day. And it might even change from the time that you left the previous location to the time where you got to the next one. And you might have just missed where the new hotspot is. So for any of you that are wanting to do Postmates, the first thing to do, look where a hotspot generally is. And look at about what time. Then figure out where you're going to park and wait. Once you have that figured out, and if there's a lot of restaurants in that area, the orders are going to come in. It's just a matter of being at the right place at the right time, not trying to chase down what's hot and what's not. In this area, I can tell you a couple areas to look. Pacific Beach is one, La Jolla near the mall, and there's a couple other little spots that are here and there. Gaslamp and Hillcrest, you can also get some very good spots in there, but trying to find parking that you can actually sit there for a while can be very difficult, so keep that in mind. After you've finally found the spot you're going to set up, just wait, because eventually an order will come in. Once they come in though, go to it quickly, accept it quickly, because if you don't accept it, they're going to give it to another driver very fast, and someone might even be able to get it before you hit accept on it. You don't know how many drivers are around you, and that's the worst way to lose one, is all of a sudden someone else accepts it. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these different orders. Now, one of the biggest things about all of these different courier services, and a lot of people ask, well, how are the tips? How are the tips? What's the pay? Well, the pay is okay, because Postmates actually does have probably one of the higher pay per delivery. However, Grubhub, even though it has a lower pay per delivery, they have higher tips, and I will explain that in a later video. Postmates, this is one of the biggest drawbacks and one of the biggest complaints all of the couriers have about the Postmates system is the tips. The tips in this, they don't have a very easy way of telling the people that are buying where this is. I've seen it before, and you have to go to the end of the delivery when you're rating and reviewing the driver, and then you can get to the tip system. Well, if you're just waiting for your food and you're probably only going to use it once because you got a promo code from somebody, you're probably going to go in there as a customer, order your stuff, hey, I got my stuff, all right, we're good, and forget about it. The way their system works is they'll tell you they won't be able to order again until they finish the last delivery. Well, if it's a couple months later, do you really think that all of a sudden you're just going to get a tip out of nowhere? More than likely, they're going to go, I don't even remember this, 0, done. I've had some where it took, weeks before tip pending would erase and it would go to a 0. There are very few times that I did not get the tip that night that I got a tip later on. So for all of you thinking you're going to get high tips, Postmates is absolutely the worst on this. There's nobody worse than Postmates on it. And some of them don't even offer tips. If you get an order from the Apple Store, the Apple Store has a deal with Postmates to deliver their products. And if you get an order from an Apple Store, the tip isn't on there. It's usually a pretty high price that they're paying you for the delivery, but there's no tip. They don't even have a way to do it because they're not ordering it through Postmates. It's a deal that Apple has with Postmates exclusively, so they don't even see the app. Had a couple of those orders, and they're usually anywhere from $8 to $15 per delivery on those. So if you have them, they're actually a pretty good deal, but you also wonder, why didn't I get a tip? And it was when I started talking to other drivers that I figured out why that is. That being said, with everything going on, these guys are okay. Once I've finished up with all of the other ones that I've done, including DoorDash and Grubhub and Amazon Flex, and my newest one, Instacart, I will grade all of these. So until then, this is Raven with How To Postmates. Hey everybody, it's Raven here from Technical Difficulties. Do you like our site? Are you a fan of our content? Well then, we got the deal for you. Head on over to our friends at Zazzle. Get your very own t-shirt, coffee mug, hoodie, or even a hat emblazoned with that name you all love, Technical Difficulties. Just head over to zazzle.com/tdmediamerch to get yours. That's www.zazzle.com/td_media_merch.